Okay, good day everyone, and we will solve this problem na lumabas noong kakaraang board exam November 2024. So isa sa mga mahihirap na tanong na lumabas sa board exam sa PSAT. So we have two cylinders that are loaded as shown and are connected using a rigid curved rod parallel to the smooth cylindrical surface. So ito yon. We have two small cylinders, ito. And they are connected by a rigid rod. Ito yon, no? This is parallel to the cylindrical surface na pinapatungan nila. Now, neglect the diameter of the cylinders. So if we are to neglect the diameter of the cylinders, practically this is just a point, no? Practically this is just a point. Siguro masyadong maliit yung ating cylinders. Question number 1, if the surfaces are frictionless, what is alpha to maintain equilibrium? Okay, so in this problem meron tayong dalawang cylinders. One is 750 newtons and the other is 420 newtons. Again, in the problem, it is stated they are connected by a rigid rod. The radius of this cylindrical surface, kalahati na lang yung pinakita, no, is 6 meters. Now, this angle, this one is alpha, this one is theta, but this is 90 degrees, no? So, diniretso ko na lang para hindi na natin i-substitute. And this angle is beta. Take note, this angle beta is from center up to the point of contact nitong 420 Newton na cylinder. If we are going to draw a line, this is beta. If we are going to draw a line from the center of the cylindrical surface up to the point of contact here, this is alpha. Ang pinapahanap sa atin, if the surfaces are frictionless, ibig sabihin, walang friction. What is alpha to maintain equilibrium? Ang gagawin natin dito is we will sum moments at point O. Yan yung pinakamadali, no? When we are dealing with circular surfaces, ang pinaka-crucial talaga niyan, the point that is very crucial for cylindrical surfaces, circular surfaces, spherical surfaces is itong center, no? So we will sum the moments produced by 750 newtons and 420 newtons about point O. Okay? So let us say these are the lever arm. Take note, yung lever arm natin ng vertical should be horizontal. So this one, this distance from this point to this point will be 6 cosine alpha. Cosine ang gagamitin pagka adjacent or yung kalapit, no? Yung kalapit na side. Cosine ang gagamitin. Now for the 420 newtons, this will be 6 cosine beta. Now we are going to sum the moments at O. We will assume counterclockwise moments are positive. So this 750 Newton about point O will generate counterclockwise moment. Pag ganon. Whereas this 420 Newtons about point O will generate clockwise. No? Clockwise. So we have 750 times the lever arm 6 cosine alpha minus 420 times the lever arm 6 cosine beta. This is equal to 0. There are no other forces involved, only the weights, no? So if we are going to divide both sides by 6, so this one by 6, 0 divided by 6, so walang mangyayari, ma-eliminate lang yung 6, no? So we have 750 cosine alpha minus 420 cosine beta is equal to 0. Or we transpose 420 cosine beta, so we have 750 cosine alpha is equal to 420 cosine beta. Ngayon, pansinin natin itong alpha 90 degrees plus beta, no? So they all lie in the same line. They form a line. This should be alpha plus beta plus 90 degrees is 180 degrees. So ang ibig sabihin yan, if we are going to transpose 90 degrees here, alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. Or we can say that alpha is equal to 90 minus beta. In other words, alpha and beta are complementary angles. So complementary angles, their angles or the sum of the angles of two angles is equal to 90 degrees. Now, isa sa mga properties ng complementary angles is ito from trigonometry. The sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of the complement of the angle. Okay? So in this case, we have sine alpha is equal to cosine of 90 minus alpha. Okay? But 90 minus alpha is actually cosine beta. No? 90 minus alpha is beta because alpha and beta are complementary angles, no? Pwede natin i-substitute dito, di ba? 90 minus alpha is beta, so beta is 90 minus alpha. So with that, i-substitute natin yung sine alpha dito sa cosine beta. In this manner, we will only be involving one unknown, no? So, one unknown. In this part, pwede na natin i-shift solve sa calculator, pero kung mas maganda i-trigonometry natin. So, ang gagawin natin dito, cosine alpha, sine alpha dito sa kabila, 420 newtons, ibaba natin, cross multiply. So, 420 newtons, baba to dito. No? Yan yung shortcut. Then, cosine alpha, baba siya dito. No? So, I hope nasundan ninyo. Ganito yung 420, bababa dito. Yung cosine alpha bababa dito, no? So we have 750 over 420, that is equal to sine alpha over cosine alpha. But sine alpha over cosine alpha from trigonometry again, that is equal to tangent alpha, no? So we get the arctan of this one, 750 over 420. So tangent inverse of 750 over 420, that is 60.751 degrees. And that is the answer to the first question. No? So we only involve ourselves with the weights, no? 750 newtons, 420 newtons. Paano naman pag ganito yung tanong? If the coefficient of friction is mu s, that is the coefficient of static friction, that is 0.2 in the contacting surfaces, what is alpha to prevent rotation counterclockwise? Okay, so in this case, meron na tayong coefficient of friction. So may friction na between the surfaces. Now, there is an impending motion. Saan papunta na yung ating motion dito or rotation? In this case, that is counterclockwise. Now, friction is always against the direction of motion. Or in this case, friction is against the direction of motion or impending direction of motion. Our impending direction of motion is counterclockwise, no? So, bago yan, i-establish muna natin dito, pagka merong contact surface, the rule of the contact surface says, meron talagang mangyayaring magkakaroon ng normal reaction. N1, no? N1 is the normal reaction. Sabihin natin, this is the normal reaction at this cylinder. And this one is N2 is the normal reaction to this cylinder. That is perpendicular, no, to the surface of the of this cylinder, of this case. So, perpendicular yan. And yung frictional force natin dito, di ba ang sabi natin, if this is counterclockwise, it will resist counterclockwise motion. So, saan dapat pupunta dito yung friction at this point? They should be going in this direction, no? So, yan yung, sabihin natin that is F1. And, in this case, papunta din dito yung ating friction. Sabihin natin that is F2. Ngayon, in problems involving friction, ang pinakamagandang method na gawin or ang maganda or pinaka-efficient na method is we use the force polygon, no? So because if we are going to use these forces, masyadong maraming equations na kailangan, no? Tapos kailangan i-resolve mo pa itong ating forces into x and y components. So masyadong magkakaroon ng madaming forces, depende pa, no? By the way, yung reaction dito, halimbawa, meron mang rigid rod, hindi pa ganun yung kanyang reaction, no? Hindi pa ganun, no? That is not perpendicular to that one, and hindi rin pa ganun. So that is not the right kind of reaction. Ang tamang reaction nito is pa ganun, no? Mag-meet yung dalawang reaction dito. Okay? So, to avoid misconception, hindi yan perpendicular to this one, and this is not also perpendicular to this one. Try to imagine pag naghihilaan yung dalawa, hindi pataas yan. Pag ganito yan. No? Pag ganito yan. Lalo na kung ma-stretch siya or ma-compress, pag ganito yung kanyang force, the line of action of the reaction on the rigid rod is on the same line, no? But we will not deal with that in this regard. Medyo complicated yan, no? Masyadong complicated kung i-deal natin yan. Let us just deal with this one, no? Kung anong meron sa atin dito. So, meron tayong friction, meron tayong normal force. For problems involving friction, ang isa sa pinakamagandang method is to use force polygon. And to use that, kukunin natin yung reaction nung F1 and N1, no? By the way, F1 and N1 are perpendicular, so yung kanyang magiging reaction is just equal to the square root of F1 squared plus N1 squared, okay? So, yan yung magiging R1 natin in this case. That is just equal to the square root of F1 squared plus N1 squared. Pythagorean theorem, no? Ngayon, meron tayong tinatawag na angle of friction, no? So, we are involving with force polygons, then we must be concerned or kailangan makuha natin yung angle of friction, no? The angle of friction is the angle between the reaction, no? Yung reaction ng F1, yung resultant reaction ng F1 and N1, nasabi natin kanina, square root of F1 squared plus N1 squared, and the normal force. And that is what is known as the angle of friction. Sa geotechnical engineering, angle of internal friction. But in this case, statics lang ito. This is the angle of friction that is phi, no? So, phi is always measured from the line of action of the normal reaction up to the resultant reaction, no? Phi. So, and take note, pag dinrawingan natin ng horizontal line at this point, this angle is also alpha, no? Kung makikita ninyo, i-highlight natin. If this is alpha, ito yun, no? This should also be alpha, no? Alternate interior angles, no? So, ang mangyayari dito, if we are going to determine the angle of R1 with respect to the horizontal with respect to the horizontal, that will be alpha plus phi, no? Makikita nyo dito. Alpha plus phi. We will solve phi later on. I-establish muna natin ito, no? Now, dito naman, yung reaction R2, no? R2 is equal to the square root of F2 squared plus N2 squared, no? And the angle, parehas man sila ng, we assume that this 0.2 is the same for both cylinders or for all of the contact surface. So, phi pa rin yung gamit natin, no? Angle of internal friction from the normal force up to the reaction, no? Resultant reaction. And sabi natin kanina, this is beta. This is from the horizontal. So, from the horizontal as well, itong kaubuuan nito, this is also beta, no? Then, makita natin, yung R2 natin is phi from the normal force. So, in this case, meron pang matira dito na angle, no? The angle of R2 from the horizontal. And that will be equal to B minus phi. Bakit tayo sigurado na mas less yung phi kaysa sa beta? Mamaya makikita natin, no? Or ngayon makikita natin what will be this angle of internal or angle of friction. So phi is just equal to the arctan of mu, no? Or tangent of phi is equal to mu, no? The coefficient of friction. So the angle of friction is equal to the arctan or tangent inverse of mu. So in this case, our mu is 0.20. So arctan of 0.2. So that is equal to 11.31 degrees. So the value of phi now is 11.31 degrees. No? Sigurado tayo, mas maliit yan kaysa sa beta. No? Anyway, during our computation, pag mag-negative, ibig sabihin, mali yung ating assumption. Now, we will still apply yung ginamit natin kanina. We will sum the moments at point O, no? And let us say yung counterclockwise is also still positive, no? So, kanina nakuha natin 750, ito yon, 750 times 6 cosine alpha, ito yung kanyang lever arm. Ngayon, pagdating dito, hindi na natin kailangang i-involve pa itong F1 and N1, no? Because we already itong R1 is already representative of F1 and N1. So we will no longer parang out of the picture na siya. Ang i-focus na lang natin dito is itong R1 and R2, no? So I hope you can still follow, no? Kasi this is already representative of F1 and N1. Kasi ito nga yung resultant ng F1 and N1. Okay? So in this case, yung R1 natin, magkakaroon siya ng moment about point O. Ang gagamitin natin na lever arm is itong incline, no? Incline. This one, 6 meters pa rin to. Tama? 6 meters, this is incline. Yung R1 natin, meron siyang component that is perpendicular, no? Always remember, when we are talking about moments, they should be perpendicular, no? Itong R1 natin, meron niyang dalawang component. Merong papunta dito at meron ding papunta dito. Ibahin ko ng kulay. Sabihin natin blue, no? So, ito yon. And this one. Ngayon, this component has no moment about point O, no? Kasi tumatama ito sa point O. Hindi niya paiikutin itong point O. Pero this component, this one, ito. Itong ina-highlight natin, hindi yan yung F1, na. Wala na yung F1 sa usapan natin. This component of R1, this is R1 pag tinapat natin dito, ito. This is R1 sine of phi. But phi is 11.31. No? So this component, dito lang natin ilagay, no? Dito ilagay, hindi dito, no? Ito 'yon, no? I hope you can follow. Gamitan natin ng pen. This one ay ibahin ng kulay. Ito 'yon, no? Ito yung R1 sine of phi. Katumbas nito, no? Ito yung R1 cosine of phi, and that will not cause any moment about 0.0. So I hope na makuha ninyo, no? Now, so that will be R1 sine of phi times the 6, no? Hindi na natin i-resolve to horizontal, vertical components, no? Ang mahalaga lang sa moments is the perpendicular, no? Ngayon, ito namang 420 newtons, it will produce a clockwise moment, no, about 0.0. Itong R1 is R1 sine of phi will also produce clockwise moment, no? Will also produce clockwise moment about 0.0, so negative. R1 times sine of 11.31, yan yung phi natin, multiplied by the lever arm, which is 6, minus 420 times 6 cosine beta. Itong R2 still sine, no? This is still sine. Ito yung kanyang opposite, no? Pagka opposite, sine yung gagamitin, no? Hindi cosine. So, bali, ito yung katapat niya. This is sine of phi, no? Ito yung kanyang cosine of phi. Hindi yan yung gagamitin natin, no? Yung sine of phi. So, R2 sine of 11.31, nakita natin kanina, multiplied by the lever arm, which is, ito yon, 6 meters. So, I hope this is clear to us na we have already established this crucial equation, no? If we are going to divide both sides by 6, no? Ma-eliminate lang yung 6. Klaro? So, matanggal itong 6 if we are going to divide both sides by 6. So, ito na lang yung magiging equation natin. 750 cosine alpha minus R1 sine of 11.31 minus 420 cosine of beta minus R2 sine of 11.31. So, ilang unknowns yan? We have alpha, we have R1, we have beta, we have R2. So, this is 4 unknowns. Paano natin isusolve yung 4 unknowns? Ganito. Edi, kailangan natin kukuha pa ng other equation. Ilang equation yung kinakailangan? Meron na tayong isang equation and we will have to get 3 more equations, no? Hindi ko na siya pangalanan yung mga equations. Equation 1, equation 2. Hindi na. Ganito. Diba sabi natin kanina, the most effective or the most efficient way to solve friction problems is to use force polygon. So, we will now apply that one, no? So, in this case, meron tayong pababa na 750, no? I-draw ko lang dito. And then, meron ulit tayong pababa na 420. Head to tail yung ginagamit natin, no? From head to tail, or tail to head, no? Yung tail ng isa ay lapat natin sa head nung previous. Okay? So, 750, 420. Ngayon, yung R1 natin is ilapat natin ito, no? Head to tail, no? Yung head nung previous, ilapat natin sa tail nung next. So, R1. Pwede namang R2. Walang problema, no? Pwedeng R2 yung kasunod. Yan yung isa sa kuan ng vector force polygon, no? Pwede namang R2 yung kasunod. Inuna ko na lang yung R1, no? You can try solving R2 yung inuna natin. So dito na yung kanyang direction. Papunta na dito yung R1, no? Okay? So R1, The angle of R1, sabi natin kanina, is alpha plus phi, but phi is 11.31 degrees. So, ito yon from the horizontal, no? Alpha plus 11.31 degrees. Now, from the head of R1, drawing natin yung R2. Ito yon. For this to be in equilibrium, dapat mag-close yung ating force polygon. No? So, ibig sabihin, babalik sa umpisa or babalik from the start yung ating force polygon. No? Close polygon. Okay? So, this will be R2. The angle from the horizontal, ito yung nakuha natin kanina, B minus phi, or in this case, B minus 11.31. Now, if this angle is also the same with this angle, no? So, this is also B or beta minus 11.31. Ngayon, pag i-add natin tong dalawa, anong mapapansin nyo? Mag-cancel out lang yung ating negative 11.31, positive 11.31. Mag-cancel out lang. Ang matitira na lang, alpha plus beta. Pero di ba sabi natin kanina, alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. No? So, ibig sabihin, yung na-form natin na force polygon is a right triangle. No? Klaro ba? Ang na-forma natin na polygon is right triangle. Kasi pag i-add natin to, beta minus 11.31 degrees plus alpha plus 11.31, mag-cancel out itong 11.31. Ang matitira na lang alpha plus beta. No? Sabi natin kanina, alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. Okay? Ngayon, pansinin nyo itong mas maliit na triangle dito, no? Sabi natin, they are complementary. So, if this is also beta minus 11.31, itong dalawang angle, they are equal to 90 degrees, no? So, this, ang remaining angle dito, this should also be alpha plus 11.31. Claro? So, I hope that is clear to us. This is just plain, simple trigonometry and geometry. Okay? So, na-establish na natin itong ating force polygon. Hindi ko na-solve ito dito. No? Hindi ko na-solve ito dito. This is, kung gusto nyo kunin, this is beta minus 11.31. Pero ito lang yung concern natin. Alpha plus 11.31. And from this is a right triangle, no? Ang kukunin natin or ang pansinin natin dito is yung whole right triangle na ito, no? So, if we are going to get the sine, by the way, yung total pala nito is 170, no? If we are going to get the sine of alpha plus 11.31, that is opposite over hypotenuse. Ito yung hypotenuse, no? So, that is equal to R1 over 1170. Or R1, cross-multiply lang natin, itong 1170, lilipat lang dito, no? By cross-multiplication, we have R1 is equal to 1170 alpha sine of alpha plus 11.31 degrees, no? Ngayon, pag kukunin naman natin yung cosine, ito yung adjacent, no? R2. So, cosine of alpha plus 11.31 is equal to R2 over the hypotenuse 1170. By cross multiplication, 1170 lipat to dito, this will be R2 is equal to 1170 cosine of alpha plus 11.31. No? So, ito ngayon yung i-substitute natin sa R1 and sa R2. No? So, meron na tayong nakuhang additional two equations. How about cosine beta? Di ba nakuha na natin to kanina, no? Yung cosine beta, that is just equal to sine of alpha. Okay? So, isulat muna natin yung equation. This one, no? Ito. So, this will be 750 cosine alpha minus R1 sine 11.31 minus 420 cosine beta minus R2 sine 11.31. So, but R1 is 1170 sine of alpha plus 11.31. R2 is 1170 cosine of alpha plus 11.31. So, i-substitute natin yung R1 dito. So, this will become 750 cosine alpha minus 1170 sine of alpha plus 11.31. No? Ito yung R1 multiplied by sine of 11.31 minus 420. Sabi natin kanina, yung cosine beta is sine alpha. Minus R2. Yung R2 natin is 1170 cosine alpha plus 11.31. So, substitute natin dito. 1 minus 1170 cosine alpha plus 11.31 multiplied by sine of 11.31, that is equal to 0. Ngayon, ang gawin natin dito, this is all in terms of alpha na. Hindi na natin magawa yung kaninang ginawa natin, no? Na arctan. Dito napapasok yung ating shift solve, no? So, we have 750. Pakita lang natin, no? Cosine of alpha, in this case, cosine of x, minus 1170 sine of alpha x plus 11.31 multiplied by sine of 11.31 minus 420 sine of alpha minus 1170 cosine of alpha plus 11.31 multiplied by sine of 11.31. So this is equal to alpha equals to 0, no? So shift solve, ang ginagawa ko dito is from 0, no? Pero depende sa inyo, no? So this is equal to 38.66. Okay? So the answer here is alpha is equal to 38.66. Yung pangatlong tanong, next time ko na lang i-solve, no?